And now for our feature presentation.
No stone is unturned when you tune into Just Toy Talking Too Much. Just Toy Talking Too Much. We talking sex, marriage, relationships, prejudice, politics. Girl, your rights, my rights, the way that I see it, the way that we talk. When we talk real talk, and that's the double truth.
Say, people, you talk too much. And if you're talking, you can't be listening. But you need to be listening to Just Toy Talking Too Much. Yeah?
And that's the triple truth, Ruth.
Greetings, and gratitude, and thanks for tuning in. Well, I did say gratitude for tuning in to another episode of What? Just Toy Talking Too Much, where we talk real talk. The talk that you would talk with your friends. Let's get into it. So, first and foremost, I am grateful today. Grateful for a lot of reasons. I was very ill. And gosh, just it's raining, and just hearing the birds chirping is beautiful, even in the rain. So I'm grateful. I am not going to speak on what I was gravely ill about. It just didn't feel good. So please take care of yourselves. I was drinking too much coffee, entirely too much coffee. So I'm happy to be here. This episode of Just Toy Talking Too Much in her edgy, witty, raw, and candid rant of expression is brought to you by the distinctive Dapper Dude. For the Dapper Dude that always looks good, can be found on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And Gangsta Glam, living life in the glamorous lane. And I'm glammed up because I'm going to do a photo shoot of myself to make me feel even better. And I've lost some weight. Yes, I've lost some weight. I'm happy. Yes. So wasn't able to really work out during the illness, which had me down for like about 8 days, and I'm still coming up. So I will get back on it on Monday morning. I just want my body to catch up or what have you. So probably I'm not going to even speak. So now that's kind of put me on the back burner. So I'm going to just wait and just finish the rest of March out. Also, I'm just so excited just to be breathing and alive. You just have no idea. Not taking anything for granted, not taking life for granted. But anyways, Gangsta Glam is a sponsor for living life in the glamorous lane. Can be found on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And those are our two sponsors. I can be found on Twitter at Miss Toy High, on my Instagram at Miss Toy High, and Just Toy Written Expressions. When you go to the website, www.justtoytalking2much.com, please put your email address and subscribe. You'll be updated, not inundated. Also, hit the thumbs up button. I see the likes coming. There are not a plethora of them, but it makes me feel good. So I appreciate your support in regards to the thumbs up and subscribing. So I appreciate that. I am not there yet with the plethora of views, just due to the content that I decide to put on my platform. But you know what? All things work together for those who love the Lord. And I do. I love him. So we're going to get into this edgy, witty, raw, and candid rant of expression. And it is called What's Beef? The petty, Fetty, Betty of social media wars. What's beef? The petty Betty of social media wars. And I want to play this track before I get deep off into it, because when I decided to do this, which was last night, and I started to feel, get into myself, this is the song that came to mind. Check it out.
Uncle Paulie, P. Diddy, Caesar Leo, De Janeiro, Charlie Baltimore, Iceberg Slim, The Most Shaky, Frankie Baby, Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B.I.G. I put my key, you put your key in. Money will be seen, will reach the fucking ceiling. Check it. My calico been cop. This rap out with Hitchcock. Drop top notch. Player hating won't stop.
I'm going to stop where he says player hating won't stop. Okay, so for those who don't know, that is the notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls, and that song is called What's Beef. Now, I have an oxymoron, and so the oxymoron is I like it, I love it, and I dislike it, and I hate it at the same darn time. I really, really do. So I get the whole thing of expressing how one feels through social media. I get it. You know, we can tweet, we can put memes up on Instagram and Facebook, and we can Snapchat, and we can do a plethora of many things. Vlogs, we can do a plethora of many things to express how we feel about certain things. Now, those things being politics, race relations, religion, sexual preferences, things of that nature. We can definitely express ourselves in how we feel and about certain movies, critiques, and things of that nature. You know, our thumbs up, our thumbs down. I get it. So those are the reasons, or some of the reasons why I like social media and in being able to express yourself, especially be given a platform to, as just regular people, to express how you feel about certain things that normally you would have a spokesperson, a commentator, a newscaster, a journalist would say, this is what it is, this is how it's going to be, and that's that. However, when you get politicians and you have commentators and spokespersons and journalists and newspapers and news reporters and things of that nature that tweet certain things and know they will get a response, or that Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook certain things. Even when you have TV shows like Divorce Court and other shows that say, well, tell us how you feel, tell us what you think. So it makes a regular person who is not in the limelight give their commentary on a platform of an idea or a topic or a subject, and they're able to expound and express their feelings and have a feeling that they're being heard or that their comment is being noticed. So, with that being said, I have really just watched how social media has blown up and how it has gotten out of control and how everything is taken intrapersonal with things that are being said in music, by a meme, by a posting, by a picture, and things of that nature. It blows me away. Now, I will say that there are a lot of singers and rappers and celebrities that do post things that are subliminal. And if you're going through something and your life is in the forefront, and the TMZ and the CNN and the ABC and the FX and the FOX and the shade rooms and the gossip columns and all of these various people, Yahoo, MSN, they know and they get the dirt. They dig the dirt, because you cannot say that CNN and Fox and MSN are, I'm not saying that they're not reputable news force that's giving commentary on the important things that are happening, or the selective, and I won't get off into that, because there's a selective few, and it's best that you never knew. So, you know, TV's programmed. You know that what's given to you is programmed. You will not get the extra read all about it. This is what's really going on in the world, and what's really happening in the depth of what's going on, especially like right now. Every time you look up, Trump stays in the news. There's not a day that goes by that Trump is not being tweeted, Instagrammed, Facebook, CNN, Fox, Yahoo, MSN. There's not a second of the day that goes by that Trump is not in the news. So, and he tweets and he does social media, which is very odd that he tweets his negativity or his intrapersonal feelings about how someone else feels about what he's doing and the cover-ups. But again, that is another subject and I won't go there. However, I just wanted to touch on that particular subject. So you have all of these celebrities and artists, and they are on you're on you're the star. You're the starring role, and you have, I don't care what particular news group or how reputable or the great reputation that they may have, there are those that are in that group or that company or that business that seek out to get newsworthy information. And that newsworthy information may be Jay-Z and Beyonce broke up. Brad Pitt and Angelina are having issues. They're all going to report it all over the world. It's going to be a worldwide news event. The King Henry and, who he's marrying, what's going on with before when Diana was married to the prince, the Queen Elizabeth, all of these things, there's someone in there that knows how to dig and knows how to get really gossip. It's really, honestly, it's not newsworthy. To know what's going on in someone else's home is not newsworthy, regardless if they're a celebrity or an artist or a singer or an actor or an actress. It is really no one's business if they're having family issues. Because when you're going through a divorce, does anyone shout it out? Or does the news come and cover it? When you've had a death in your family, does anyone ever come to your home and do, and put you in the newspaper and you're all over the world and things of that nature? I get it that you're nosy and that you you really want to know how this person lives and you really want to know what they eat and what they drive and what they wear and how they raise their children and where they go and what they do. But at the ending of the day, those who are in this spot of being an artist, a celebrity, a singer, etc., 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 they are people just like you. They use the restroom, they eat, they have headaches, they get ill, they are people. No one is different than that. Like, just because you make more money than me does not make you still human. You're still human. So some things, we just go, society will just go a little bit too far. You know what I mean? I get the whole enamored. Like I said, I have a like and a dislike. You want to know, like, oh, wow, how's Jill Scott? Or, oh, wow, Reese Witherspoon. Or, oh, wow, I wonder what this person is doing and how they live their life and how they decorated their home or what have you. But there are plenty of people who are not in the limelight and live lavishly, or there are many people who I like to say myself, I don't want to say what class I would put myself in, but a well decorated home and DIY chick, that kind of thing. But I'm not on any platform and no one's coming into my home saying, well, this is what she did with this, and this is how she did this, and this is how she dresses, and this is how she acts, and this is how she interacts and reacts, and any of that, because I'm not in the limelight, and I get that. However, I have looked at all of the social media beef, and I've looked and when I was not sleeping, because all I could do from the high fevers and the cold sweats and hot sweats, it was just sleep. But when I did have time or what have you, I would scroll when I would, scroll and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it'll be like 2-3 days, no social media, no phone or what have you. And I'm like, what? This is going on? Are you serious? Like, what's going on? Like, because when you don't have your phone or when you're ill or when you're away from certain things and you're just blown away by what you see is being posted on Instagram. So there is a particular and I don't want to give names because they have been shouted out and they've been talked about so much, but there's two particular women, and if you know who I'm talking about, they are urban women. They are African American, and one is a transgender woman, and they started a platform where they would do gags and roasts and stuff, and I lived for it because I love the mess. What TV does, that's why I don't really watch TV, but what programming does is it takes you from your reality and it takes you to someplace else. That way that you don't have to focus on the negative and the issues that are going on in your life. You'd have 30 minutes or an hour to take you away from everything that you're going through, and you focus on this particular program. So I just was amazed by all of the extras that they were going through, in the shade, honey, the shade that was being thrown, and the meanness. Instead of these two individuals coming together and talking, there is more in depth to it. But instead of one of these individuals coming actually in there, they're sitting down. So the beef is that I no longer want to do the show, and since I no longer want to do the show, I'm going to act out, and I'm going to post out, and I'm going to speak and say negative things. Then there is another celebrity that so happens to go into has respiratory issues, and a lot of you may know who that is. And so while in the hospital, this man could have very well lost his life, literally. And another celebrity, now a mogul in the industry, posted something extremely negative about the gentleman, and which wasn't nice at all. I don't think that anyone should speak negatively.
Get right here, man.
About anyone could die. So I didn't have any respect for that. So then I scroll and I are just, like I said, just reading different blogs. And I'm saying this stuff is on my Instagram feed. This is on my Twitter feed. This is coming from a variety of sources. It's not just one person. I'm saying that you have news reporters that are reporting this. You have gossip columnists. Then you have celebrities and regular people meaning non-celebrities, that are posting what this person says and the negativities and what's going on, what this person says. Then I heard that there was a song that there's a comedian, and I'm not going to mention her name, a comedian, and I'm not going to mention her name, who's blown up, and I'm sure that you know whom I'm speaking of. And she said that she was at a gathering, and she spoke on regards to how there was another woman that had went and done a physical gesture towards another woman's husband, and the wife got mad. Well, she spoke on it, and so supposedly this song that's out with it's a DJ Khaled song. It is a Jay-Z song. It is a Beyonce song. So this is just giving you even more hints that she felt her name was mentioned because Beyonce said, I'm going to have to get a disclosure form for people to sign to hang out with me.
Please, 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 please.
And you know what? To a certain extent, I kind of get that because Beyonce has this beehive, and she's personal, private at the same time. So the young lady took it as if it was directed towards her. However, I'm going back 3 to 4 days, and I'm looking, and now you have a Kardashian, and I won't mention which one, but I'm sure you'll know which one because it's made headline news, says, why can't we just all fix each other's crowns? Something to this extent, because I'm not quoting exactly. Fix each other's crowns and lift each other up and be good to each other and be nice to each other. You know, what happened to women empowerment? And, you know, there was like, you know, tweet after tweet. Supposedly 1, 2, or 3 venues said something in regards to, because of what was said in this song, that, you know, Beyonce saying she doesn't have, she hasn't had any plastic surgery and all of that was hers and things of that nature, that this, this Kardashian took it as if she was saying something about her sister.
Bye, Felicia.
Well, if we can't get, oh my gosh, I'm going to pause there. Then you have regular social media beef, where family members are at odds. They're hurt because they haven't got a phone call. They're hurt because one person's not doing what they feel that they're supposed to do. They're hurt by something that was said, or something that was done, or something that wasn't done. I have unfollowed a whole lot of people on Facebook, and I do not scroll down my Facebook timeline because I'm associated with like 4,700 people. Now, of course, I don't know 4,700 plus people. I don't. A lot of those people are just due to networking. Okay. So it's not like if I saw them, I would know who they were, or we would sit down and have a conversation, or we would be like, hey girl, what's going on? Hey dude, what's going on? How's your wife? How's your kids? No, it wouldn't be that type of situation. However, I see things with family and friends and things that are posted in the beef that goes on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when all it is a phone call that's needed to have a conversation. And even though maybe the conversations won't go that well with family or friends or associates or acquaintances or co-workers, and you feel better by posting what's going on, what's happening, how you feel via social media, because it makes you feel better, and you're attacking this person. And what it is a social media bullying. And you know what? I'm going to pause and say this. I remember growing up at a time, and I guess it makes sense and it doesn't make sense at the same time. And like I said, that's where the oxymoron comes in, where gang members would actually, it's like, you hurt my brother, that's it, that's all, we at blows, I'm shooting you up, I'm shooting your hood up, that's it. Now, I know that still happens, but it doesn't happen on the same level as it did when I was growing up. That's all I can say. Now, I know Chicago has a lot of issues because there's drug wars. Now, I'm talking, drug wars and territorial wars, and where, you're coming into my territory, you coming into my hood, and you trying to set up and this, that, and the third, and so forth and so on. And that's, that's a whole nother thing. And I know that there's mass shootings and things of that nature of our own time. And I understand that. But what gets me is these hardcore rappers that came from the street that carry 9mm or whatever it is that they carry. And now they use social media as a way to talk crap and to hurt somebody's feelings. But back in the day, they was like, cuz blood gang banging, everybody in the house is dope slanging. We ain't got time to see if things work out. Now, I guess I would prefer the social media beefing and the petty in regards to someone going and shooting, and we have a Tupac and a Biggie incident and this type of incident. But it is just, it's like now, you know, when something happens to somebody, I just sit back and I'm like, okay, you know, I just watch. I just watch because I know something's about to happen. I know that when a person sits up here and says, well, my husband, my wife, my boyfriend, my friend, and the subliminals and the sublime and all of that stuff, and, you know, that you put on social media, someone is not taking it how you are giving it. And if you're putting it out there when you're going through something, or when something is jumping off, or something is, people know your business and they know what's going on, they're going to take it and perceive it the way that they perceive it. And you can't stop a person's perception. You can't. There's one singer that I love very, very dearly, followed from the beginning of the career. I think I purchased the first 3 CDs when we were listening to CDs. I was given the first one, and I purchased 3 more because they were stolen from me. And then after that, I just started having someone make the CDs and download the music illegally. I'm not going to even lie. But had got on social media and is going through a crisis. And I took it like, no, you're going through this crisis because of everything that's been going on. And this person is not a social media person. This is a person who says, I don't do social media. People in your business, I don't like it. And would only post when they were doing a concert or promoting their album, or when they were singing with someone or what have you. And then all of a sudden, boom! I had to wait for the bomb. All of a sudden, they come on and they're posting back to back. And they posted something that was taken off of their social media page and blown out. And I have to tell you, I was shocked because I was taken out of my own thing, because this person is not the person that I would feel that would have done that. As much as I go through, as much as I've been through, and I'm not a celebrity. In my heart, in my mind, I am. I'm the be all ends, you know. But I'm not the person to say I'm depressed. My mother hurt my feelings. Post. My children don't love me. Post. My dad wasn't a good dad. Post. You know, my boyfriend cheated on me. Post. My husband cheated on me. Post. I'm married. Post. I'm divorced. Post. I just, you know, today's not a good day. Post. I'm drinking coffee. Post. I'm eating this. Post. I'm just not her. It's just not me. You know what I mean? I just don't need to know. Everybody just doesn't need to know. I bought some new shoes. Post. I bought a new outfit. Post. I had to stop myself from inviting everyone into my world, because at the beginning and the ending of the day, people care and don't care at the same time. So I just want you to really. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you? I really want you to understand that. And so, like I said, you know, when this person posted this and was crying and you could tell inebriated, had to get on the next day and say, I'm okay, stop taking everything for what it was. But no, it was what it was. You're going through something, you got inebriated, and you put your life out there on social media, and the world took it by storm. I'm talking about every outlet, not just gossip outlets, but you were. The police was looking for you.
Negative 10, nothing further, just see a Camry in the corner.
They was looking for you. You know, they had put out an APB for you. You know, your phone was disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Because they saw you like you're disconnected. And like I said, some things we don't need to share, and we don't need to garner attention, to get attention. And if we're beefing with someone and these celebrities and non-celebrities and things, don't you have an email address? Don't you have a phone number? Don't you get a DM? Don't you, let me hit you in the DM. Let me hit you in the DM. You know, they read their DMs, trust. And that's what it's going to say when it hits them. Can't you tweet them? Can't you tweet something, DM something and say something, hey, my feelings is hurt if I've done something to you, you know. But why put it out there for the WW to see it?
Not today.
You know, I'm just saying, why do we have to put all of our information out there in our beef, our arguments, our angst, our fluster for things that are non-necessary? Like, why do we have to do that? Like, is that really, really necessary? Do you need people to really know that you're angry with someone, or that you're taking offense to something that has been subliminally posted? I don't get it. So I'm watching all these beefs, and I'm watching family beefs, and I'm watching friendship beefs, and I'm watching celebrity and artists and actresses beef. And there was something that D.L. Hughley posted on Instagram today, and I'm sure that after this video is seen a plethora of times, more times, after more times, after more times. And I don't know if it was Denzel Washington who had actually posted it on his Instagram, because actually Denzel Washington is a smart man. He is a made man. He said, if you don't put all your business out there, then people don't know all your business. Let's think about it. Let's think that if we don't put all of our business out there, would it be then maybe everybody wouldn't know all your business. I don't need to know. Nobody would call you a whore, and then you get offended, and then now there's beef started. Now everybody's talking about you. Now you got to go and figure out, now you got beef with this person, you got this person, you got that person mad at you. Now you got to go explain yourself to this person. But if you wouldn't have said that you slept with this person, that person, this person, and that person, and went from this person to that person, nobody would be calling you a whore. Do I smell a whore? They wouldn't be calling you that, because you wouldn't be putting all of your business. Now there is an internal, external, social media, petty as hell, because I'm telling you, and I'm going to mention his name. This is what I'm going to mention his name. And he really don't care. And I'm sure he's not going to even see this video. 50 Cent is petty Betty Fetty for real. I'm telling you. And he don't give a darn whose feelings he hurts. And this is a mogul. I love power. And he has invested.
You're stupid.
He has invested a lot of his money in a lot of television production. I mean, Power is not the only one. I'm talking about major TV productions with serious actors and actresses. And petty as, and loves to get it crunk, and loves to get it started. And I guess that's better than him going out and shooting somebody. I guess it's better than him going out and starting an actual gun war. But let's grow up. The beefing, the social media beefing. I wish I would. I wish I would. Let me get a drum roll before I start. I wish I would. Let me get a doorbell. I wish I would get online and beef with family and friends and co-workers and throw out some subliminal BS. I wish I would. Because no one can come to me. If we can't talk, I don't care if we have to even walk away. Because you know what? At the beginning of the day, I don't carry no guns. I carry a stun gun. I have some pepper spray. But in the infamous words...
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I'm not. And I'm going to speak my heart and my mind, even if I have to walk away from my coworkers, my family, my friends, those who are close to me. And we can't, if the conversation gets too heated, or if I have to step out and just be frustrated for a couple of days and not speak any further on whatever it is that we're speaking on because I can't get my point across and I just let them have it. Because, that's sometimes the mature thing to do, and then just move on. I will not ever, and never have I done it, will say anything negative about on social media of anyone that's hurt me, or to lash out or to be subliminal with anyone. And this one has been very long, this edgy, witty, rant, and candid. This edgy, witty, rant, candid, rant of expression has been entirely long, maybe because I've been gone for so long. But what's beef? What's social media beef? The petty, Fetty social media beef, especially with the reality TV stars. I haven't even gotten deep off into them. I'm talking about they go back and forth. The love and hip hop of Atlanta, the love and hip hop of Hollywood, because they just wrapped up, the love and hip hop of Miami, because they're wrapping up. They've been going back and forth. And you guys live in the same area. Y'all know each other. But just got to throw out the sublime and just be mean, facetious, and extra out. Is that to garner more attention? Is that what it is? Just the social media beef. I guess it's better than going and breaking a hole's neck and shooting a brother in the back of the head or busting somebody's windows out. I guess I have to approve social media beef, and just might as well be petty that way, because at least everybody knows your business. This is just Toy talking too much with one of her edgy, witty, raw, and candid rants of expressions that can be found at www.justtoytalking2much.com, where we talk real talk and talking to you and talk with your friends. And I'm out.